3v3 Angel Gate blue team. But Qwest plays a Plague Champion, starts off range combat with the damage of a Time Bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but is very slow. This is Deckard elite scheme. Alongside chel349 is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander with 2 objects and cannot be suppressed, and very good offense and disruption, fights melee in melee combat. World Eaters elite scheme. And Deckard rounded off the blue team, a Lord General, fights range combat, really awesome defense and support capabilities, and has a retinue to help him out as we start the game, given him different abilities. Looks like this is the Steel Legion elite scheme, recolored red. For the red team, we have Final Push as a Techmarine, starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair and wade into melee alongside his Noisy's Ravener Alpha Paladin commander that fights range combat to begin with, awesome mobility and some decent damage output. Also support a little bit, shooting up the Chaos Lord there, who does get away, and rounded off the red team, it's AlphaOne as a Force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. In retreat there, that's turret and guardsmen doing enough to force off Captain Marines and the Force commander. So Lord General versus Force Commander at the bottom of the map, fighting over those 2 contested powers, which can be vital. Spawn mines on the field for the Ravener Alpha. Spawn mines cannot get into the Ravener Alpha tunnels, which is why you don't see them using them. They're just going to run up this central road, I think. Double heretics for Qwest with only single heretics, so he might be forced off here, especially with the Ravener Alpha helping out Final Push. He's behind that heavy cover. It's a bit unfair, I think. Look, this player has access to heavy cover there. This player doesn't really. I mean, these power pole things here are actually heavy cover, but it seems like they have a bit better access over there. Techmarine in the garrison. Spawn mines, of course, are a garrison counter if you get them close enough, which is why Noisy might have got them up so quickly. He's also got warriors. I imagine we'll see a Barbed Strangler on those. Spawn mines drawing fire, but not achieving a whole lot else, and they do go down. He is being pushed back to this power though, Qwest. Where are his CSM? They're back at base with the heretics. They should be Nurgle worshipping, and he should be putting them between the bases there. Behind the heavy cover, but he's going to just be tied up by the Techmarine. If Final Push and get a flamer up, he could go and bash it. That would be nasty. He needs to be careful though. When you're pushing the central power of the other team on Angel Gate, it's always very risky to go beyond the power point, because you can get flanked by the players coming out of base. It's always much safer to stay this side of the power towards the center. Look at that, Tactical Marine is getting caught by a Doom Blast and CSM melee. Wow, that was nasty. CSM with a ton of war. More heretics in the retreat path, but those guys have a grenade launcher. They still take a model though. Final Push does get away, but drop 2 Space Marine models. That is 150 rep just to reinforce those guys. And we do see a Barbed Strangler from Noisy. Instant suppression, good damage, and it's a decent garrison counter. I say decent because you need to get relatively close with it, as you can see there, to fire. CSM taking shots, not sure what he's trying to do. He's trying to get into melee combat with those Barbed Strangler warriors. That's very risky. There's a crit poison as well, and a need to retreat out the Ravener Alpha, tying up the grenade with the Heretics. Doesn't want them firing those grenades. I can see did a lot of damage to those Termagants. Heretics with Aspiring Champion in retreat. Ravener Brood now for Noisy. And bottom, meanwhile, we have 2. Oh no, scouts are capping. And the Chainsword and Storm Shield for the Force Commander, a very, very good piece of war here. The only reason it's not used more often is that the Force Commander has such amazing offensive options with the Thumphammer Power Fist. Tactical Marine dropping 2 models. He's chasing them down. It does increase the damage of his default Chainsword. I think it's a 20% increase. It might be a 15% increase. That was a shotgun blast knocking him down, and he's forced to retreat out. Chaos Lord catching triple sniper scouts from Final Push in retreat. That is nasty. Gonna be really bad news for the CSM, but he does have Raptors. Qwest gonna want to hope that those scouts are all bunched up when he jumps in. It's not easy to keep your snipers all separated and keep them moving and keep them firing, so he might be able to catch them. Ravener Brood moving in. They do have power melee. And that Burrow Strike, of course, pretty decent. Moving across the ground also, speed-wise. Caught by the Raptors. Here's the Chaos Lord as well. They're pushing power here. And it's got 2 gens on it. Can they get one of them at least? Barb Strangler Warriors might slow them down somewhat. There's the shot. Raptors actually jump in time to suppress the Warriors and try and force them down. Get some of those Synapse bombs going off. Ravener's going to drop a model soon, I think. There's the drop. And Warriors drop a model also. Got a shot away, but that was not the best engagement for Noisy. Is he going to lose the Termagants completely? Almost does. Heretic's on retreat path, and he does lose those Termagants. 452, 437. All the way back into base. These Heretics are going. Big mistake. Looks like they are going to get away though. Meanwhile, top. We have a Ravener tunnel, triple scouts, able to use those tunnels to score because they're from an allied player. Here's the Raptor jump, suppressing all 3 squads, I believe. He does have 1 scout sergeant on one of those squads, so he can try to counter-initiate with a grenade. Maybe it's going to be tricky to do so while you're suppressed though. 452, 419. But the Warriors being dealt with pretty well so far. You've got to say, Chaos Lord is being very diligent, tying them up here. And Noisy, wow, drops. He's going to drop his Warriors completely. He is. Ouch. Painful, painful stuff. Because that is essentially a 50 power squad. Because it's 25 power to get the Barb Strangler going. Nasty. Angel Gate though is actually one of the better maps in the game to recover from really bad starts on, because you're constantly right next to your allies, so they can make up for the weaknesses from your losses quite easily. Apparently his snipers are stuck. Final push. Which ones are stuck? These guys are stuck on the Ravener tunnel. He needs to crush it somehow. Noisy wants his allies to build some gen scouts. Whacked on retreat there, looking really bad for the red team at the moment. 452, 356. Unfortunate that final push got one of his scouts stuck. That's because he didn't unset them up before he went into the tunnel, I believe. Chaos Lord, almost level 3, has done really well. He has made a real difference, especially the times that they've pushed against the tower here. 452, 340. Just a massive pain in the arse, isn't it? 1,000 hit points, killed a week. Very, very annoying. Armory Inferno on the way. Well, he's doing his best to push and harass, but can't really do so. And is forced to retreat. He's got another Warrior Brood and another Barb Strangler here. AlphaOne with double tactical Marines bottom. And he's capped it all up. That might save them. Look at this. They have triple gens here. Can he hold it? Can AlphaOne hold that? Guardsman with a flamer up. We have artillery spotters also. And they have the incendiary shells queued up for tier 2. It improves the damage of the basic mortar shell and also gives them that incendiary shell, which is pretty freaking awesome. And he's going for gens. Can AlphaOne defend? He's got a flamer of his own. He's going to lose at least 2 gens, I would think. Doesn't have assault marines because he's scared of the pathogens. There's the smoke shell. In fact, he's going to lose all 3 gens, maybe. Pathogen's getting a heal from the medical sergeant. And look at this, blue team not sitting back. Qwest Plague Champion hitting level 2. Chaos Lord is hanging out. Tactical Marines chased back into the garrison. Noise Marines on the field now. And they do very well versus garrison, as you can see, because they also stop them firing back. Oh my god, uh-oh, there's Catalyst from the Ravener Alpha. Wow, did you see that? Catalyst is a global ability of the Ravener Alpha which doubles the squad's damage but makes them lose health for the duration. And as you can see, catching those Noise Marines on retreat with Catalyst active just completely melted them. Double cap for blue team. Then the guys burn. Maybe some zone probes for Noisy using that Catalyst to try and get those quick gives. Raptors already have their aspiring champion up. And do we have aspiring champions for the CSM? We do. So yeah, looking really tough. Wow, we have some Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Corn taking out 2 of the Warrior Broods. Those scouts do seem to be able to move around now, which is good. There are some tunnels around base here. 452, 156. Look at the map, it's so blue. Got their power decapped. Tyrant Guard on the way for Noisy. That's his play then. He's got a Dreadnought as well as AlphaOne. So they've got some heavy hitters out in tier 2. They've got some big impact purchases. And that is sometimes what players do wrong. When they're ahead, like blue team have been, they tend to not get those big heavy hitters out. They tend to upgrade, spend all their resources upgrading stuff since they feel so far ahead. They don't get that big purchase to really put the nail on the coffin, and they might be able to push back here. And final push has a Dreadnought of his own coming with the Tyrant Guard and the Dreadnought bearing down on you. They might be in trouble. Should they have maybe prepared for big targets hitting the field with some Havocs or some Plague Marines? They can now pick and choose what they get, of course, but this map is so small. Every minute counts. They could just drive back the blue team, push all the way across to a power bash immediately. Oh, Nurgle Shrine up top. That Tyrant Guard is a big deal now. We have Warrior Brood with Adrenal Glands, giving the melee synapse aura to the Hormigaunt Brood. Ravenant Alpha himself has no war gear whatsoever. Has some great options, that guy, as well. There's a Capillary Tower. Mark of Corn CSM going straight after that Warrior Brood. There you see that Synapse Bomb. Ouch. That's really painful. Oh, mark target on the CSM. And a Plasma Gun Techmarine with Overcharge. Look at them dropping health like crazy. Hormigaunt need to retreat as they do. CSM lucky to get away with 3 models. Here's a Dreadnought with the Emperor's Fist. They took down the Shrine. Good little push for Red Team. Keep that Dreadnought melee, I think. He might go to the Assault Cannon a bit later. Keep it melee for now. Keep those Raptors on their toes. If nothing else. Chaos Dreadnought now for Qwest. Most likely Mark of Tzeentch, I would think. We might see him go Mark of Corn and try and use the Blood Rage to take down the Space Marine Dreadnought. It's risky though, because Final Push has so much repair support with Techmarine and the Blessing on the side global and double scouts all to repair that Dreadnought. I think it's safer to go Mark of Tzeentch here. You could just stick with the autocannon. Get some Plague Marines to support it maybe. Chel, meanwhile, has gone tier 3. Deckard with some Stormtroopers getting shot to pieces. AlphaOne has an Assault Cannon up for his Dreadnought, which has been heavily damaged here. What has it been heavily damaged by? Not actually sure. Melter Guns on the way from more Dreadnought. It's this anti-armor kit Stormtroopers. 421, 113, Mark of Corn CSM going after that Dreadnought. Heretics in there as well. The Force Monarch has his Sacred Standard, has that like full support build with a Chainsaw, Storm Shield and Sacred Standard with Artificer just to make him tankier. Down goes a Dreadnought. 410, 113. That was a good little raid by the blue team, seeing the Dreadnought in trouble and going after it. AlphaOne apparently wasn't able to move it as he wanted. Oh, look at this. Final Push being very, very spiteful and putting a turret's top on a brigade. Can be awesome. We'll see how it does. Here's the Chaos Dreadnought with that Death Guard scheme looking pretty nuts. Autocannon he's got so far. We have Plague Champion with Plague Fist. Gives you the awesome defensive ability of Pestilent Strike. You can use it offensively just to stun stuff and start smacking it as well. But it's great to use on your blob of stuff to give it that awesome damage resistance and then walk into combat as well. Sniper Scouts trying to get models. Tyrant Guard leading the charge for the Tyranids. Been a good purchase so far for Noisy. Has a zone broken as well, but where is it? It's in retreat in fact. Tyrant Guard now being chased down a bit. Out of Synapse range, it's very, very slow. Final Push. still has that melee dreadnought, keeping it for now. Water cannon getting shots. Chaos Lord getting marked target. Wow, it's caused off quickly because of that. 358, 113, what's going on back here? Turret guard goes down, was in shield wall, but could not withstand the anti-armor stormtroopers and the melter guns of the Lord General himself. Now melter guns, as you can see, are given to his stormtrooper retinue as well, but you can't actually see because he lost them. But you get actually 3 melter guns for that purchase. The turret getting repaired like crazy, and it was a good purchase so far. But look at this, you have a tank from chel349 as well. Chaos Predator up, trying to shoot up the turrets. Uh-oh, scouts might wipe on retreat if he can get some shots. No, he can't. Autocannon tied up, and they get away. Uh-oh, Ultimate of Messiah hitting both dreadnoughts there, including the allied one, but now it's a missile launcher turret, and this thing does a big chunk of damage to large targets. That Predator tank needs to be careful trying to push against it. Really does. 328, 113, but it means of course you can't suppress any longer. Plasma cannon up for AlphaOne at the top. AlphaOne's lost a lot of stuff. Lost a Techmarine squad, lost a dreadnought, lost his initial scouts. Does have this very useful force commander still though. 328, 113, Deckard with a Lehman Russ, another Chaos Predator on the way for Chel. I always advocate not getting tanks on this map, but you'll see how they do. If they, well, at least for me, down goes that one. At least for me, they seem to get caught on these transitional areas here in very tight spots, and they can't always move. So here comes another Chaos Predator. That Lehman Russ is where exactly? Hanging out by the natural BP for some reason. Having an outfit in retreat, rocket run on the retreat path of the Tyranids. That's nasty. Does it wipe the warriors? Not quite. Lucky to get away with 30 hit points there. Does have the zone probe still, has some gene stealers also. That is a ballsy purchase. Some people trying to get in there. Very brave, but they are forced to retreat. Tyranid based turrets, not always the best for stopping stuff like that. Raptors dropping in, suppressing the scouts. And they are forced to retreat. In fact, the Dreadnought has been really good for final quarter. Uh-oh. Ravena Tunnel spitting out a bunch of gene stealers and a zone probe. Not good for that blue team push. The Raptors just about get away. Level 2 with 55 hit points. Uh-oh, there's an abyss though. Global loot for chaos. Noisy got caught really badly. Ouch. Gene stealers getting away. 281, 113. Had trouble controlling the gene stealers there, it looks like, or something. Uh-oh, down goes this Predator tank. It was brought with the Omnifier and some smacks from the Dreadnought. This Dreadnought has been amazing. It's level 3. It's going to whack some heretics now, I think. Maybe. Smack. Oh, they don't. Right. His Prime Champion just gets away. He's getting close to level 4, this guy. Could get Dark Age of Technology in Tier 3 as well. Some Chaos Terminators on the field for Chel, who has lost 2 Chaos Predators now. Why does nobody listen to me? Don't get tanks on this map, especially if you're one of the top 2 players. This Lehman Russ has been safe so far, hanging around the bottom. But these Space Predators and Missile Techmarines, and down it goes. Havoc's on the way for Chel. The Great Devourer goes down. Revenant Alpha with Great Devourer and Regenerate, so he's pretty tough now. Almost 1,000 hit points, level 4 with good health regen. Great Tower going up, helping these guys to chase the Terminators, blocking them momentarily. 238, 113. Now he's getting in there, and he's using the Adrenal Rush on the Gene Stealers. Here come Heretics though. Could be able to turn on them and take them down pretty easily. Raptors jumping in on the back line there, tying up the Revenant Alpha. Good play from Qwest. A great unclean one on the way, and double Havoc it is from Chel. Double Dreadnoughts from final push, and why not? His first one has done so well. He's got a multi-motor for the other. Awesome. I think it's time for these players to stop fighting over the bottom. I mean, you've got Terminators down here, really. You've got Plasma Cannon. Take the Terminators top, I think. 228113. Blue team might get a triple. No, red team still have top before. Might get a 2-1 though. Plasma gun from the Techmarine taking shots, but he is able to finish the cap. The Chaos Lord does drain his energy though before he can be forced off, which was annoying on shore for the Chaos Lord. Artillery spotters. Wow, getting a good shot on the Plasma Cannon there. And well, not only does the melter gun purchase get you some melter gun, it also gives you the fight harder, just buffing all of his units there to shoot more often, obviously increasing their DPS, shooting up the Terminators who do have that Cyclone missile launcher. Does he have Plasma Guardsman? He has Flamer Guardsman and Plasma Guardsman. Great Human on the field, Plague Marines on the way as well from Qwest, on the way top. The turret is still around. The turret is still around. Plague Champion down top, that's the Ravenet Alpha going down. Thanks to, what was that? Oh, all the kind of havocs in the garrison there. Here comes the Great Unclean One, the Greater Demon for Chaos. So it will benefit greatly from Worship. Takes out the turret with his Nurgles on it stuff. Bit of a waste there. Could have just smacked it a couple of times and it would have gone down. Takes out a scout model. Great Unclean One no longer has splash damage, but does passively damage nearby enemies. Also got a damage buff to its single target damage. Those Chaos Havocs very lucky to get out of that garrison. It seemed to collapse on top of them. I guess the animation for them to get out had already started. Double Dreadnoughts here. Melter damage doing bonus to super heavy infantry armor, which is what the Great Unclean One is. Got the melee Dreadnoughts in trouble. Level 4 might lose this guy here. Plague Marines chasing. Great Unclean One chasing. Auto Cannon was getting hits in. Here comes some Spore Mines though. That is tricky, isn't it? They were spawned out of the Imperial Tower. Something I always seem to completely forget about when I play Tyranids, that they can spawn ripples and Spore Mines out of those towers. Mark target on the Heretics being shot down by the Plasma Gun. That is painful. Wow. Might wipe them out here. A couple more shots maybe. Overcharged and stopped, which meant he stopped firing so rapidly. This Dreadnought is done for. I think he's going to lose both of them. Maybe. Yeah. Deckard was in retreat path even if the Great Unclean One didn't get there. It's frantic stuff. Chel lost one of his Havocs, going for some Plague Marines now. Going for the solid choice of Plague Marines. Such a solid unit, easy to use, tough, give you a bit of anti-vehicle and a snare. It's a solid choice usually. 166.52 is a triple cap for the blue team. The red team taking an actual back, but there's another Abyss. Gonna wipe those Ravenous. Wow. He's had a tough time of it. Got hit by 2 nukes and had that really bad engagement in tier 1. Taking out the Capillary Towers, which do give you a bunch of XP, so it's worth doing. He should actually not be attacking them with the Great Unclean One though. Should be attacking them with his regular units so that they get all the XP share. So the Great Unclean One can't level. Drop pod used by Final Push to deliver some tactical units, getting a decap, and they will get away. Okay, or will they? Over into the retreat path, and they can't quite get into combat. Well, maybe they don't even need to. Oh, Sergeant purchased just in time. That has saved the squad. 166 and 4. Red team on 4 VPs, and that's the end of the game. Blue team are going to cap here, or are they? Venerable Dreadnought dropped in. They're still going to finish the cap, surely. No, there's a charge from the Venerable stopping the cap. Deckard, meanwhile, using that buff army from Fight Hard and shoot the crap out of the Force Commander, who's tanking quite well here. But, oh, he does get away as well. Here come Gene Stealers, and they will rip apart Ogryns. Gene Stealers really give it that melee superiority. And the Venerable Dreadnought able to force off, or at least make the Chaos Terminators teleport away a little bit. CSM taking the garrison, Plague Marines being tied up, 1664. That Dreadnought needs help. Here's a Land Red Redeemer from AlphaOne. There's the box operator reinforcement drop, I believe it is, from the Lord General. 6-4. Great and clean one, keeping the pressure on. They don't want them reinforcing this Venerable, which does go down. There is stoicism. Tie up the Plague Marines with its last hits. Now the Chaos Terminators will try to cap. Well, here comes Genestealers with their rending claws. Under melee synapse as well, and also they're level 3, doing so much damage to these Terminators. There's the Adrenal Rush, and they are getting absolutely owned. Was that Catalyst as well? It is Catalyst. I don't think it needed to put Catalyst on them, but he just tore them to pieces. They did just about get away. They're keeping this VP uncapped here. Blue team need to try and sneak something over to red team's natural. Landred Redeemer in play to support. Plague Marines getting shots. Great and clean one getting hits in as well. You can't get rear arm hits on a Land Raider though. It's taking a lot of damage. It is providing some great support for Noisy though. And look at this, he puts a hive node on the VP. Very, very quick thinking from Noisy. And Final Bush was trying to build a turret there, but it was actually destroyed before it was completed, I think. Or did he just cancel it? I'm not sure. Hive node. Awesome damage distance buffs. Helping them take and hold this VP. It's a 2-1 for red. Down goes the Great and Clean one. Thanks to the Genestealers completely tearing it to shreds there. And Deckard is forced off. Ogres will drop on retreat, yes they will. Red team are still in this game. Noisy I think used without number, yes he did. He's now got some Adrenal Gland Hormigons and some Toxin Sacks, Termagants dropped onto the field. Great tier 3 global for Tyranids. Or Chaos Terminators now, this time from Qwest. And unless he gets lightning claws, that's a massive risk as Noisy is just charging around with this melee blob of doom here. Genestealers with Adrenal Rush, supported by those Warrior Brood who are level 4 now, so they have that level 4 melee select. 1-1-5, 4. So we do have Lightning Claw Terminators from West. Gets it up just in time to force that stuff off. But red team have taken top, they have a double. Need to get their natural back. Leave it to the Tactical Marines. Yes, they will get it. 99-4. Red team sitting on this VP, and the Techmarine is trying to repair this Land Raider Redeemer. There we go. Captain's coming into the scrubs. What level are these guys now? That's level 4, yes they are. Everything retreating back to the Land Raiders. Land Raiders been absolutely vital. Also made some very shrewd decisions, noisy decisions to put up that hive node. Final decision to drop that Venerable that all contributed to them holding this VP for this amount of time. A turret is going up here. Chel with yet another tank. How many of them do you want to lose before you learn not to get them anymore? There's an Imperial Abyss. It might take out the Land Raider. In fact it will, it does. And down goes the turret as well. Is that it? Is that the end of red team's stand on this VP? Do they even need it anymore? They're going to take the top back. They're going to take the top back. It's Termagants with a single model capping. And red team aren't giving this up yet. The mark target on the Chaos Terminator is forcing him off. Force Commander's capping is level 10 Force Commander. The chain shield and storm shield. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a level 10 Force Commander with the chain shield and storm shield. Down he goes, but there is the increased buff now from the sacred standards as he's gone down. The Assault Terminator is there. Can they cap his 15-4? Red team holding on for victory. They're going to do this. Amazing. They are going to do it. They have the double, and blue team just cannot get these Terminators off. And they take the game. Red team take it. What craziness. How many tanks did the blue team lose? Wow. I don't think they did anything completely, totally wrong. Just red team just pushed against this VP and just did some really cool plays. And that melee blob was nasty. Level 4 Genestealers on it. Just look at the commander's end of the game. Plague Champion's down. He was down for a very long time, in fact. Didn't do a whole lot with that Plague Fist, which is not cheap. It's 50 power to get that thing. The Chaos Warlord's level 5 and down. Had Armored Inferno and I think Dark Halo. Lord General level 7 with melter guns and carapace armor and a couple. Oh, he had the Commissar retinue member and the Vox operator, I believe. Final push is Techmarine level 6 plasma gun, Signum armor, which did a lot of good stuff, and the orbs of the Omnisire. Raven Alpha level 7 Great Devourer regenerates and the Synapse Aura for damage, and AlphaOne's Force Commander level 10 with Sacred Standard, Chainsword and Storm Shield and Arcticus. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.